Hello and welcome, everybody. This is the holiday special for Talk About Your Community with Clocktower Advisors. I'm Todd, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you happen to be. This is kind of a retrospective of the year, an open party for anybody from the community world that wanted to join in, or who's been a past guest, or is a friend of the show. And we're just getting together to have some fun, kick back, talk about what's been kind of a crazy disruptive year between AI and layoffs and all kinds of disruptions in community world, Reddit revolts and all manner of craziness. But we're here to enjoy each other's company, to celebrate community, and to be together for a little while prior to entering into whatever holidays you may happen to celebrate. So with that, Kalisa, let's roll the intro. Welcome back. This is Talk About Your Community, and we are here to chat about the year. And we've got a number of friends with me here. We'll probably have a few more joining as we get into the show, but this is a live interactive show. If you are tuning in from LinkedIn, please take a moment in the chat to give a shout out, say hello, let us know what you're up to. And if you'd like to join us on the stream, we can probably make that work as well. I've got my excellent friend Ilker is just joining in now. We have a full-on Brady Bunch view of the live stream. I want to see how many people we can cram in here in the course of the event. But this is going to be our last stream of the year. We'll be starting up again in January, and we'll have some more posting up for that. But I will just kind of start out by saying I'm just grateful for what a wonderful year it's been in terms of the live stream here. We've grown the YouTube channel to 150 subscribers. Yay, very excited about that as of this morning. And just a lot of great supportive voices, great viewpoints, new ideas, people both inside and outside of the community professional space who've come and shared their expertise and their ideas and their enthusiasm with the world. And for all of you guys who are on the stream here live with me today, welcome. It's so great to see everybody.
Yeah, thanhanks for having us.
Awesome.
I love that, Matt. Just double thumbs up.
Nice. So why don't we get underway just by kind of going around the clock here. Your name, what organization you're with, maybe one thing that you're excited about going into the holidays, and maybe we'll then kind of go around and just have some open-ended discussion about the year that was and the year we're looking forward to, and kind of go from there. John, you're showing up next to me on the screen here. Why don't you go next?
It's been a great year. What am I looking for? Just see the community and tech and making like a resurgence in the second part of this year. I can see it in my community and the conversations. So I'm feeling more positive about my community and communities in general. There's a lot of turbulence within social media and sites, and so it's a changing time for us, right? But I think as community people, we embrace change very well, and we need to do that and keep an open mind for the next year. But I'm still hopeful for the community industry as a whole. There's new updates coming out. There's new things coming out. There's it's definitely a lot going on, and the software shakeup is good. It'll be good in the end, right? The cream will rise to the top, and right, and we'll be left better with better solutions and better people.
That's awesome. Brad, what's the latest in your world?
Well, I got to say, I mean, the two things I'm really looking forward to as we move into the holidays, since that's the question we're focusing on, are first of all the holidays. It's been a really busy year, and I'm looking forward to getting some time just to kind of decompress for a little bit. So I've kind of backloaded all my holidays for the remainder of the year. So looking forward to signing off for a bit and starting 2024 with renewed vigor. On that note, I recently had a change in positions, so I've been moved to our marketing team to really help our customers talk about their stories and really drive that advocacy. So I'm super excited about that, and really looking forward to getting into that through the holidays and into 2024.
That's great, Brad. I'm going to go to Matthias because he's got a little bit of background noise here, and wanted me to say hello to him. Matthias, you are live on the screen. It's so terrific to hear from you, man. Where are you and what's going on? Matthias, can you hear us?
Actually, at a party. Look at that! Like
I
bringing a
know.
disco
He's having a
ball
fabulous
and
time.
I love it. He's repping his company holiday party. I love that.
I love that so much.
That is
You
amazing.
can't hear
It's
it?
good to see you. It's good to see you.
You know what? We can all just dance with you. Just like, yeah.
We're going to put you on mute, man. But like anytime I think we need the parties on, we're going to do that.
Love that.
All right, that's fantastic. Matthias, great to see you. Matthias from the Netherlands. He's with Yard Digital, and he has got the Christmas office party going on. Fantastic, great to see. So one of my newest friends that I met this year is Hester Ho. Hester, you want to jump in and say hello to everybody and let them know your role in the world of community and kind of what you're excited about for the holidays?
Sure. So I didn't know it's going to be live. I'm so nervous right now. So I was like, what is going on? I'm live. But anyway, hi everyone, it's Hester. So I'm originally from Hong Kong, but I'm based in London right now. And I'm actually a community builder in the innovation field, which means like I'm working in a corporate venture capital, building a community of like startup companies, VC partners, corporate partners, and also like industry experts, as in like the mentors and coaches that like on the program. So yeah, that's my background. And I'm really excited for the holiday. However, I'm not sure if you know, like in London, nothing will open during Christmas days. So I'm like, what am I gonna do? So yeah, but like really excited for Christmas. Christmas here is amazing. Like unlike in Asia, we're bigger in like, you know, Lunar New Year. So yeah, really a lot of like nice lights and decorations around. And yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
You were a late addition to the party here, but I was so glad you messaged and said like, hey, can I join? So yes, we're live, but this is always a very low key kind of stream, and we just get together and have some fun and talk about some topics in the space. So so great that you're here. Carolyn, sorry.
Oh, I was just saying thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. Carolyn, I'm not sure if you need to pop out of here pretty soon. So I wanted to be able to say hello and hear from you as well.
Yeah, hi. I do have to bounce, but I was really excited that you were doing this fun stream. I always so enjoy the podcast and checking out what other people are doing in community. It's always a highlight when you have these so excellent and well facilitated. I'm Carolyn. I am the founder of Bad Axe Enterprises. I'm a social marketer and community builder. I do community management and community strategy, as well as kind of combining the social and community worlds. And for me, I am very excited about it getting snowy here. Right now, I live in the US and Midwest, where it's usually cold this time of year, and it's not right now. It's like in the 50s. I'm kind of bummed, but I'm hoping we'll get some snow. It'll be festive, and I can just curl up with my knitting. Because Hester, that's what you should do. You should learn to knit while everything's closed in the UK. YouTube will be open, and you can message me, and I'll teach you. But it's great to see everybody. Sad that I have to jump, but have a really wonderful end of the year, everyone.
Thank you so much, Carolyn. It's so great to see you, and happy holidays to you. And we will have a white Christmas. I feel certainly we will. So, all right. Let's see. I'm just going to kind of go around the clock in order here. I think Venia, wonderful to see you.
Yeah.
How are you?
Thanks. I'm good. The last half of the year, probably haven't seen too much of me, but I'm doing good. I'm super excited. Got a lot of really great irons in the fire and opportunities that I'm hoping you will get to see in 2024. So yeah, I mean, it's the holidays, right? It's a time to kind of think back, look back at what the year was, and then just kind of sit with yourself. And that's kind of the stage that I'm in right now. So I'm not too future forward for the next week or two, probably. Just kind of being present. And I think that this is a really great event to do that in, so thank you for inviting me.
Oh, so glad you could be here. I know you've been very busy writing, and you've got a lot of exciting things on the horizon here. But I like that mindset of like, let's just be here now and enjoy this, celebrate this time that we have together. So appreciate you being able to stop in and do this. Matt Jensen, love the headgear and the sweater. That's awesome, man. How are you?
It lights up, but you can't really see it when it's bright. It's 8 a.m. here, so it's very bright as the sun comes up. Everybody. Oh, there we go. There's a little couple of lights. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Matt Jensen, founder of 33 Crickets, freelancing and consulting company. Focused a little bit more on outside of the tech industry. I think that's kind of my big push, looking at like healthcare industry and in different areas where community exists, but doesn't really have a specific strategy. It's like, we have people, let's put them all together. And you're like, okay, well, let's figure out how to get the best out of those people and how to get the strategy and how they can be successful there, and bringing it to different industries. I think that's been my push over the last handful of months, and definitely looking forward to bringing that into 2024. It's weird to say 2024
weird
already, since it's only a few weeks away. But no, this is great. I love it. I love the festivity. I feel like I've got candy canes on my arms. All the things, and antlers growing out of my ears and my other ears that are happening. But here for it. And if we want to go the other way, I've got some Hanukkah stuff here too. We can do Hanukkah things. We can pick a holiday. Pick a holiday. Let's do it all.
I love it. Multi-holiday, multicultural. Yes, that's fantastic. The more, the better.
Absolutely.
So it's funny you mentioning sort of that outreach to other industries and kind of like having that outward focus, which is exactly what Ilker and I have been trying to do together over the past year with launching Talent Led, our joint venture. I just finished posting or reposting your post this morning, Ilker, around your great piece, that your opinions from for the Guild for online trends this morning. So congrats on that. But as I reposted it, I couldn't help but say, for talent communities, you should be building, as an organization, you should be building talent communities. Stop building pipelines and pools. People are not crude oil, and we're not fish. We build communities together, and this is what I think has gotten you and I so jazzed and excited this year for the opportunity to do that. Welcome from the great city of Istanbul, Ilker Kansal. How are you, man?
Oh, well, thanks, and wonderful introduction. Thank you. Well, a good few people know me here, but for those watching and they haven't come across my name, I'm Ilker. I'm a community consultant based in Turkey, and as Todd said, we have our joint venture, so to speak, on talent communities. From what I know, it's the only one in the world. Not that we're geniuses, but for some reason, other people didn't think of sort of focusing on that. But it is super important, and I think this has been validated by what you just said. And I was also so happy to see that Venya was there as well. Wonderful entries, and definitely it's a great honor to be included amongst those people as curated by Michelle. Some thoughts about 2024. It's becoming more and more difficult every year to be able to predict what's going on. So God knows what's in store for 2024. Especially after 2020, we need to be cautious. But talent communities has been something that Todd and I have been thinking about for for a long time now. And of course, Todd's definitely coming from the industry of many years of senior recruitment, has the industry expertise and everything. But that's just one of the many trends, and hopefully that'll be the case next year. But I think what I was, my entry for that, it concerns all of us, is a lot of people are sort of seeing a comeback in terms of the the enthusiasm, the excitement in the community industry. So a lot of people lost their jobs, and they were demotivated, and they went through some difficult, challenging times last year. But the industry, I think, just like the .com boom, and this was an inspiration when I was actually traveling around the Bay Area, and then went to Computer History Museum for the first time. A dinosaur, like fossils, like myself and Todd, just because I'm just pulling his leg every time I talk about age and everything. We are young at heart, but we do remember very well the times of the .com boom and .com bust. And I believe that a smaller scale of that has happened in the community industry. And I think we're just going up now in the greater scale of things. So hopefully 2024 will be the time of more mindful, more sure-footed recruitment or ramp up of community professionals. That's something that I can say for anyone watching, and hopefully that will come true.
I love that. Can I jump in on that by chance?
Please.
I love that you say that, because I think we're also starting to see this boom in terms of the methodology for people who are not in any way, shape, or form involved with community, trying to get engaged with their local politics. And there's now this new, fresh discussion for how do we have conversations that don't break us down. And it's kind of amazing that you say that, because it's like you predicted the Kyrgyzstan video. Like, community as an industry, we have a Kyrgyzstan video now, which is just huge, where they're like, how do we fix social media? Well, we focus on smaller communities. And like, it's just so perfect that you say that, you predicted it, and then immediately we have this beautiful Kyrgyzstan video talking about like, but is it really tech bubbles? Like, is it really echo chambers, or is it just us being us on the internet? It was a solid prediction on your part.
I mean, one of the fun things is, having actually, I was a student when .com boom happened. I was a student in management information systems, so it was basically what I was doing. So, and I was, sort of following it, and you could sort of predict, and history tends to repeat itself. And so, in the .com boom, so to speak, and it was all sort of revived as I was, visiting the museum. There was this understanding that the internet was the answer of many things, but the infrastructure just simply didn't exist. So people were just thinking about selling bus tickets or doing anything over the internet. But it wasn't like the world of today, where you had to have massive resources. And I think Amazon was the only company that sort of stood the test of time by and large. So I think a similar thing has happened in the community industry, where, especially with the pandemic, everybody thought that online communities was the answer, regardless of the question. And there was a lot of, ramp up. There was a lot of sort of excitement around it. I mean, much of it was well warranted, but I think just like the technology, some of the technology focuses of the last few years, it just grew, quite massively. And then sort of, when things, became a reality, that's when things started to go a little bit south. So I think there was a lot of I thank you for saying that, and I hope that this sort of prediction comes true in all respects. But I think we can take a lot of lessons here, learn a lot of lessons from the history of even in the recent things.
That's really terrific. Hey, I wanted to acknowledge. So if you want to see that Kyrgyzstan video, that I think Kalisa, my engineer, she's going to pop that onto the comments for anybody that wants to view it, and it should be required watching. Thank you for that. I wanted to also give a shout out to my dear friend Amadou Diallo, who is just able to join us. Amadou's been a guest on the show multiple times and has talked a lot about storytelling. He's a griot storyteller and a wise friend, somebody who I'm always so glad to connect with and learn from. Amadou, how are you?
Hi, Todd. Hi, everybody. I'm fine. I'm not driving. I'm in my car, but I'm waiting for my son to do his hip-hop lessons. So I'm doing very fine, and I'm happy to be here with all of you guys. I have been seeing you all the time. It's like my Ivy League of community builders, impactors, and I'm kind of with you. So very happy to be here.
So happy you could join. Amadou, I was asking everybody as they came on to the stream here this morning, what have you been most excited about with 2023, or sort of looking back at the year? What's stood out for you, either personally or professionally, over the course of this year?
For me, I think at the beginning of the year, I tried to have a word for each year. So this year, my word of the year was connection and meaningful connection. So I have done a lot of meaningful connection, at work with meeting new colleagues, all of that. And also in different communities outside of work, where I'm trying to also go more. For example, I'm writing in Medium. I have connected with a lot of Discord groups, and I meet a lot of people who are writing on Medium, and I grew a lot as let's say, a writer on Medium. So really, for me, 2023 has been a year of, let's say, opening my chakra, I would say, to learn that I don't know that much about community building. For example, I read the book from Adrian. So yeah, clearly making new connections, meaningful ones. So, and happy also to be here and learning a lot from all of you guys on LinkedIn, sharing golden nuggets about community building. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Amadou. And again, so glad you're able to join us here. You invoked the name of Adrian Speyer, the author of The Accidental Community Manager. And Adrian was not able to join us live this morning, but he did record a video that we're going to share. This is a timely moment to share his greeting to everybody. Kalisa, do you want to go ahead and play that?
Hey friends, it's Adrian Speyer. I so wish I could be with you there in person. I just want to wish everyone just a great holiday season, time to relax, unplug, recharge, spend time with family. I know that's what I'm looking forward to do, is to spend time with my daughter and my wife and just disconnect and just have really great family time. And I hope that you have a chance to do the same. And I look forward to connecting with all of you in 2024 and continuing to build CLI and making it a great space for all that want to up-level their skill and go further with their leadership. So once again, happy holidays, everyone. Have a safe and wonderful time this holiday season with your loved ones, and I'm sure I'll see you around. Take care, everyone.
And a big thank you to Adrian for recording that. It's really terrific to get a message from him. I know that he has a meeting that regularly coincides with the live stream. Otherwise, he'd be around a lot more often. So great shout out to you, Adrian. Thanks for recording that, my friend. So we've been talking a little bit so far about how the year has gone for you, what's maybe stood out for you. We've been through a lot of disruption, and I think, with things like AI and generative large language models, there's been a lot of craziness happening with just tech disruption, but also some of the job disruption that we've talked about so far. What are you looking forward to in 2024? And this is open question for anybody. So whoever unmutes first and wants to talk about it, I'd love to hear from you.
I think in a lot of ways, 2023, we've realized that the technological solutions and the platform solutions, they need some reworking. We've been in this very innovative, expansive work set since COVID started all the way through to now. And I think that in 2023, we've just discovered exactly how much more solidification we need to bring the industry back to ground. And it's not just our industry either. Like, that's happening in marketing, it's happening in sales, customer success, product, virtually every aspect of any business that's been touched. And even outside of businesses, we've just noticed that there's a lot of infrastructure that needs to be changed and moved to make it more firm, more grounded. So I really am looking forward to these years of expansion now moving into years of quality control and development. We know where we're going. We know how we want to get there. Now we just need to make the current state a little bit more sure going into 2024. So I'm looking forward to that. Like, we had a lot of failure in 2023, and that failure has taught us where we need to ground ourselves. And in 2024, I suspect that that's going to happen. So.
I just wanted to give room for anybody else who wanted to jump in on that. So I love that grounding. I feel like we're in the right space to do that. When I've spent a lot of the year reflecting on just sort of social media in the broad, big platform sense versus the smaller communities that we're trying to create, and just reflecting on the differences there. That we're more akin to notions of the tiny web or the cozy internet. If you kind of come across terms like that, where it's more about greater intimacy, greater safety, more quality, more deeper connections with others. And I think if any space is poised to grow, it's ours, because I feel like the broader world of marketing and communications is just kind of coming around to that and thinking about it. It's definitely been on my mind.
I think that holds very true in the idea of kind of going smaller. Like, you see large networks and you see large communities like Twitter totally blowing up, and like it, not that it was a dumpster fire before, but in the last year it's definitely like thrown buckets of gasoline on it to make it even more of a fire. So I think you're starting to see a little bit more cognizant awareness of these smaller communities that you can have a little bit more control over, that you have more specific topics of conversation in that really resonate. And I think overall you start to see more awareness of that in companies, in individuals, and things like that. So I think that will open the door to make it a little bit easier to have those conversations and not have to lean on like an education conversation first. You have people who are aware of it.
Yeah, cool. Brad, what are you seeing in the year ahead? What's exciting for you looking ahead?
Well, I think for me, like 2023 was definitely a great year for seeing, like, we're Igloo Software, we're digital workplaces, we're companies' corporate intranets, and everyone is a different community, everyone has a different purpose, that sort of thing. But one of the things that we really saw this year that it had been a long time coming, and we're really great to see it start growing, is customers of a similar nature working together in communities of best practice and things like that. So we actually saw that start to take off with a couple of our customer veins, and I'm looking forward to what they can do and starting to see that sort of organic growth. We're also seeing, we pulled off an event earlier this year in Chicago, which was a in-person customer event. We had about 20 some odd customers in the room with my team, and we were able to get together and strategize and share and things like that. So I'm looking forward to growing those community initiatives that we're seeing. It's just, the growth of best practice communities that are coming out of the usage of our software and just in similar use cases, but also customers that are coming together with us to share and to strategize and, talk about the various issues that we're seeing in digital transformation. So as I mentioned, I'm now doing this as my full-time thing. Earlier this year, I was part-time in this as a consultant in terms of helping our customers love their digital workplaces, evolving, growing, strategizing with them. I still have my toe in the water on that, but now I'm fully on the side of telling those customer advocacy stories and really working to make the product and the relationship the best it can be. So I'm really excited for those.
That's really awesome. I think advocacy is very much on my mind going forward too. I'm planning through Clocktower to be doing a live, a virtual summit event in partnership with Jamie Langscoff from Chaotic Good Consulting. It's going to be April 4th, and it'll be like a half day of focused learning on like customer advocacy. Would love to do a separate event on employee advocacy, kinds of programs as well. I think that's a real space of growth, for our community building profession as a whole. That the connections there are so very strong, and great opportunity to build. John, what's going on for you in 2024? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, just seeing it continue on, right? It's been a lot of years. I'm really excited. Our company's, numbers just came out and it's really positive. So I'm like, yeah, we're good for another year. And, we're just renewing our community subscription. So, I'm really positive as the company that I'm at right now is adopting the community and really accepting of it, right? I've been at companies where I was like pulling teeth trying to get, people to help me, but I'm like, what's the next use case? How do I do more? Because like the main marketing, sales, support aspect is all taken care of. So I'm like, where do I go now? It's like education and development, dev stuff. So I've really been thinking about where I can take my community next to elevate it to the next level from just a basic support community. We've already seen depth of conversation increasing, which I've been working on over the last 6 months, trying to get the depth of conversation versus the one answer, one question type of scenario that was happening for a while. But someone told me, good thing that kept me positive about that. They're like, well, is your community kind of a support community? I'm like, well, yeah. Well, are people getting the questions answered right away? I was like, yeah. Well, then that's why your replies are down. It's because you're doing too good of a job, right? Like we're getting the answers right on the first question. So I had to change my mindset that, okay, one question, one answer is not always bad, but also trying to see the depth of conversation is really what I want to try to work on this next year to increase the depth. Yeah.
That sounds really great. I'm having a little bit of a lag on my end. I got to close a couple of browser windows here. Hopefully everybody's still catching me good. We've got a new friend that's just joined the stage here. Jenny. Jenny Wagle. Hello. So great to see you. Happy holidays to you.
Hey everyone. I just got out of the gym appointment, much needed after vacation. So sorry I'm joining late, but had to participate.
So very glad you're here. Wonderful that you're able to join us, and love the hat. That is so awesome. Oh my gosh. So we were just talking a little bit about what we're excited for in the coming year. I don't know if you wanted to reflect at all or take a moment to just kind of say what you've been working on this year, or maybe what you're looking forward to next year. It's an open-ended question.
On a personal level, I have a lot of fitness goals I want to hit. So I'm excited because I feel good about hitting those next year. And in the world of community, I think we're going to see a lot more events coming back in person, and that's really exciting to me. And I'm really hoping we see a lot of like unique and different events than the usual conference. And from what I hear, those things are already in the works. So I think 2024 is going to be so amazing.
Absolutely. I think there's a lot to look forward to. I think that's been sort of the theme that has been developing on the conversation so far here today. Yeah, and I see Adrian just joined us on the chat. Anyways, it's great to see Adrian. We just played your video a short time ago, so glad you're able to see us. And a quick shout out to Oren Might as well, who joined in and said hello out there. If either one of you guys want to join the stream live, we can. I think we got room on board here. I can get you the link sent over, or Kalisa can maybe send something over. For those of you maybe just joining in on the stream, we've been just sort of looking back at 2023, looking forward to 2024 in terms of technology, in terms of community building, in terms of all the exciting things we've got going on. Here we go. There's Adrian. Hey, sir. Good to see you.
Howdy. Well, that was fast.
We don't stand on ceremony here. Oh, it looks like Brad had the stream crash on him. We can reach back out. It is still running, Brad. So
is the sweater ugly enough? I wasn't sure,
Dude, that is epically ugly.
You know
This
what?
is-
I'm gonna take that L. I'm gonna take the L of not having an ugly sweater.
This is
I need to get
what I
one too.
call a work appropriate ugly sweater. The ones that got rejected were the Santa Claus taking a poop on the chimney and the two reindeers doing something that's not appropriate for a family show.
That is so wrong.
I mean, I was looking at a whole bunch of them. This one is like I said, the most family friendly of the ones that I own.
Is that one a Coca-Cola sweater then? Because
No,
I see
I
the
mean,
polar bears.
They're cheering
Beer.
yeah.
Okay, see, I like that. Beer better than Coke for sure.
Yeah. I mean, there was an inappropriate one with two polar bears doing something as well. That I'm telling you, it's really tough just to find family friendly ones. Like I think they went from like ugly to totally inappropriate. So I have a work function. I was trying to find one that I could wear to work that wouldn't be offensive, and also I have to fly in one. I'm going to a Christmas party in New Jersey for the day, and all the other ones had wires in them. And I there's something about flying with sweaters with wires in it, probably not a good idea. Because I get nervous, like, hey, don't attack me, TSA. It lights up, and then I think if you even went for the thing, you might get yourself in trouble. So,
might be frowned upon.
Well, I think it was Homer Simpson peeing on something, which also I don't think is pretty appropriate for. I mean, you get a good laugh or two, but I don't need to see.
New Jersey would be nice, though, right? New Jersey would be nice. They're in their location's in a good spot. They're in a nice part of the area.
CLI, we're all going down to. They're having a Christmas party, which is really cool. So we got a chance to meet everyone in person.
That's great.
I just
nice
flew,
guys.
I just flew from Dallas. I was at Expo, and sorry I was late. But I just slept 12 hours, so I am awake. My eyes are open.
That's terrific, man. Really glad you're able to join us live. It's so nice to close out the year with so many friends, new and old, on the call here. Not old in age, old in friendships. So,
well, to tack on what Jenny was saying, I mean, it's very true. Like, I think there's going to be a lot of events in 2024. I'm really excited. I think a Guild put out their predictions piece. I don't know if y'all saw that.
We were just chatting about it this morning. Yeah.
Sorry, I was in a meeting, as Todd always knows. But I mean, the thing for me is, as everyone's talking about AI, I think that the community area, especially around the events, is going to be what's going to be the difference, because that's something that AI can't take from us. Human connection, meeting up. Yes, like AI bots can take care of text, and AI bots can read knowledge bases, and AI, what AI can't take away is in-person connection and making special moments that happen. Like, AI can help you making, like, hey, these people should meet, but like creating the space that allows that to happen is still a human control for now, and I think for a long time. That makes me excited, because I think a lot of people are buying into it, and as people know, I've been beating the customer experience drum for a long time as well, and I think people are starting to understand that if community aligns there, that we have a very strong future ahead.
Here, absolutely. So I wanted to ask. So Hester, I don't think we came back around to you to ask about what you were looking forward to in 2024. So I wanted to give you a chance to chime in as well.
Yeah, sure. So I think what I'm looking forward to is how I can build the community as a core to go-to-market strategy. Because I think probably like some of you might experience the same things. Like when I work in the company, it's not easy to prove that why community has to exist in the company. Why are we generating profits? And honestly, 2023, I had a really hard time. But then the second half of the year, it starts to get the momentum to actually acknowledge that community matters. They are our ambassadors. They're the ones who can tell our prospects that our service work, etc. So but however, I do find that community is quite new. It's a relatively new concept in the market. When I studied marketing, I did not study community. So a lot of them is about sales and marketing, growth marketing, digital marketing. You place ads and then you get the leads. But what about community? That's something that I have been figuring out on my own. And I'm sure that like communities that's not what it called in the very beginning, like 20 years ago. But now at least I know there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 of you that can help me with that as well for my next year's strategy. So like that's what I'm very excited to really just show that why companies have places in the business. I think that's something exciting.
Absolutely, that 100%. We're all here to support each other. For me, it's been one of the great joys of doing the stream is that I've gotten to meet so many wonderful, variously amazingly talented people in this journey, and now you're part of that family too. So very glad to have this. Amazingly, we're almost at around 45 minutes here. I'd like to have an opportunity just to go around to everybody and say, if you have some holiday wish or a prediction that you wish to go on the record for 2024, would love to hear from you, or some final blessing to everybody as we head on into the holidays. And I think I've got to start with Matt, because I hear you have a Death Star mug with you. So got to see that, my friend.
Nice.
It actually holds a ton of tea, and it helps me take on the universe. It take over everything. No, I gotta say that a lot of connections, a lot of people that I speak with over this year, we're starting to feel a little burnt out. I think there's a lot of people who are running as fast as they can to try to get where they need to go, and I would say, take some time, spend it with your family, spend it with your friends, and take time to slow down. Because I feel like that mental recharge, you really kind of notice it when you do stop for a second and smell the roses, smell the Death Star. So that would be my suggestion and my push for 2024.
That's a lovely message, Ben. Absolutely. Venia, how about you?
Yeah, mine is going to be a little bit different, I think. We tend to get a little bit bogged down because we focus a lot on process and development and ROI and the marketing aspects of community. But my biggest wish, especially during the holidays and going into the early year, is that we take some time to return to associational life. It's one thing to be connected with your family for the holidays. That's very, very important. But especially for those who do not have that access to family, LGBTQ people, etc., a return to associational life would be good. Go find a place where you can hang out. Those third spaces that we've started to ignore in our modern days, my wish is that we can see those come back, see those spaces thrive, and we can gain those connections again. That's my wish.
I truly love that message. As an active Rotarian, interested in my local community and seeing people supported and connected. I feel that need so strongly, that we need that associational life. I like the term that you put to that. That's amazing. I don't need to call on people. Anybody wants to jump in, would love to hear your thoughts or your wishes for the coming year.
So I will jump in, because then after I will have to go fetch my son. So for me, I will say for 2024, I will say less AI, but more AI. The first AI is more like artificial intelligence, and the second AI is more amplifying our impact, like connecting physically, and how we all together as a community, not behind screens, all of that, but we meet physically. And I think someone was talking about the human connection, and that is something that today AI cannot do. I think it's Adrian before. And for me, really, I want to see in 2024 that we meet more physically and we amplify each other's impact in our community. So this is really what I would like to see happen in 2024.
That's really lovely. I absolutely agree. And I'm so glad you were able to join us. Hope we haven't made you late for picking up your son, but have a wonderful holiday, my friend. We'll see you again soon. All right. Anybody else have any wishes or expectations or predictions for 2024?
I mean, I think everyone said it really well. I mean, to spend time and disconnect and recharge, I think, is really important. It's been one heck of a year, but I think that feels like that every year, right? When we get to the end of every year, it's like, yeah, that was one heck of a year. But I think this year was really a weird year from the fact that, not that COVID has gone away, but I think this is the first full year where it kind of has got a bit back to normal in some ways. You know, so that's very, but there's still that memory of a lot of stuff as well. So it's just been a roller coaster of sorts.
It has been.
So hopefully people have, take some time. Like I said in my book about it too, like you need to take care of yourself to take care of your community. So if you don't take care of yourself, it'll bleed into that. So it's just so important that people take the time to recharge and step away, and you need to do it.
Absolutely.
It'll come out in other ways you don't intend it to. Short-temperedness, snarkiness, abruptness.
What are you talking about, man?
I've seen it happen. That's why. Firsthand. So.
Yeah. I love that. Benny just put in the chat. I love that quote. You must first be selfish to be effectively selfless. That's wonderful. Yeah. That's great. Well, we're winding down here. I just wanted to say on a personal note, it's been a crazy year. I'm super grateful for the ever deepening partnership I have with Ilker for Talent Led, the friendship and the partnership and professional association that I've gained from the Community Leaders Institute. You've been working really hard, to get that world off the ground, Adrian, and appreciate all your efforts that you've done on that front, and happy to be a supporter of it. And I'm also celebrating the Community Consultants Collective and the good that we've been able to build there. It's taken us a year to come to consensus about creating that organization for freelancers and independent consultants in the community space. And we finally have a board forming up that'll be formally launching in January. And so expect to hear more from us on that front as well. But Ilker, any parting shots, anything you want to say here as we kind of wrap things up?
Well, I mean, I echo your sentiments about what we want to do for talent communities. So the fun thing about talent communities, of course, it's for Todd and I, is a business in a way, or is an opportunity we're exploring. But the reason why we embarked on it is because it really recruitment is really something that has been conducted with these principles of last century. And it's Adrian actually put out some really wonderful pieces recently in the public about recruitment being on the both sides of the table at some point. It's broken. It just needs to be changed. It just needs to be updated, very, very urgently. So, and it affects people's lives. We've all been job seekers. We've all been stakeholders of the talent or recruitment process at some point. So that needs to be changed. But there's something else I wanted to say, as Adrian was talking about AI. So community, for me anyway, it has always been about learning. And here's a top tip for anyone, following. It's not about, maybe the best use or best deployment of community is not going to be about, deploying AI elements in your community, but putting together communities to learn more about AI. At the end of the day, it's an experimental thing. It's, developing at breakneck speed. And I think that, community is the best place to discuss and then move forward with any sort of research. I'm doing a Venia here, with, research and everything. But I think it's very, very important that, we have a shared understanding and, knowledge of, what's happening around the world in this, very interesting field. And I think it is now time to deploy the power of community to learn about it and anything else really. So use communities, lead communities to teach, to learn, to distribute information, And I think it's going to be the start of something amazing if you started to do that, whether you're a professional or not.
Can I jump in on that too? Like, I love that. One of the things that I struggle when I talk about the AI thing is in the community industry, as community builders, we live in a industry about contradiction. It's our jobs to figure out what people think and what they do. One of the biggest, most inherent flaws of democracy is if you give everyone a voice, not everyone is going to agree. That conflict is just how we as community builders recognize importance. And when it comes to AI, that's going to be a little bit more difficult because it definitely does not handle contradiction very well. So I think putting a community on that back end in order to help AI grow and develop in that regard makes a lot more sense than being like, how can AI take some of the work off of us? We should probably ask, how can we as community builders make AI more functional so that we don't end up tokenizing social capital, which I think is the biggest fear that I have for AI in general, tokenizing social capital. And I think that's a great way of accomplishing it, Ilker.
I love that. I don't know of a nicer note to be able to end things on. It's hopeful but directive, and some ways that we can do good as community builders, community professionals going forward. Before this session gets too long, I think I just kind of want to wrap things up and thank you all for jumping in and sharing your wisdom and your goodwill to everybody here at the waning hours of 2023, and I'm looking forward to working with you all and knowing you all better in the year ahead in 2024. Talk About Your Community will be back in January. We'll have some guests posted up here pretty soon. More events are coming. I would be remiss if I did not send my heartfelt appreciation to Kalisa Mikkel for all the work that she does behind the scenes to keep the engine running on Talk About Your Community, as well as a myriad other things that she does to help me with Clocktower Advisors and more. So appreciate you and all that you do. Kalisa is an independent virtual assistant, but that is actually a reduction of the amazing value that she brings and all the work that she does. So if you are looking for someone to help with your efforts, I cannot recommend her highly enough. Except you can't have all of her time because I still need her. So with that, I'll go ahead and close things out. Thank you all for coming. And for those of you who are tuning in or have tuned in on the live stream or are watching this in replay, I hope that your holidays are happy, healthy, prosperous, peaceful, and all those good things. And we'll see you again in the new year. So, Kalisa, with that, go ahead and roll the credits, please.